What's going on, everybody? My name is Sean. Welcome to Experience Life and Love. Why? Because we experience life first and then we find love, right? So, why am I here today? I'm here today just to share a few experiences. Experiences can't can't always be positive, We have to deal with the balance out here in this world, but maybe I can explain a little bit about experience or how I deal with my experiences, in this life. You know, that way if you have your own, if my way don't work for you, then feel free to leave a comment. But if I might show you a little bit of patience or might have showed you a little bit of patience, then that's what's necessary too. Because sometimes, a lot of times, we don't need to be jumping straight to the punch, ready to go off on somebody due to their ignorance, right? That'll make us ignorant too. Two wrongs do not make a right. So let me start off this video with Romans 12:19. It says, "Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave room for the wrath of God." Right? A lot of people, it goes over their head. Goes over their head. 100%. A lot of people believe that they may be doing justice for their community or for their job, whatever the scenario is. But I've always thought that the rules that are on paper say innocent until proven guilty. Until you commit the crime, you're innocent, right? It's how it's supposed to be, but system sometimes can fail us, right? So let me just start off with this with this video. So I call this video the disturbance. All right. So we all have to go out in public and shop, right? We do. And at times we don't really know what we may get, driving there, driving home, or even there. You never know who may be having a bad day or who could be low key stalking you in a way that is kind of offensive. You got to catch people in the act. See, the type of person that I am, I'm the type of person where I've seen you. I've seen you already. I just didn't make it obvious. Very observant. I watch my surroundings at all times, and I hope everybody do. But me, I do, and I don't make it obvious. I could peep, what I'm saying, scan a few groceries or walk, peep. That image is stuck in my head of who I just saw. I won't forget you. I'm just like that. But some people, uh, they just make themselves a little obvious, right? So, where am I getting at? Let me just go ahead and say it. The store that I was at, it's normal to see self checkout lines. 100% normal to see self checkout lines. So at times, it's the most convenient way. I had maybe like 6 or 7 items in my cart. There were already 3 people in front of me, and the sales associate that was handling uh, that self checkout line, which there were only 3 registers. The associate was in the best position in my opinion. My opinion, she was in the best position. She was standing where she could see everything. The 2 people that was in front of me, and then me being the third, and then the fourth self checkout line, she could see it. Right. So what does she do? She leaves her area and she doesn't approach me. She's lingering around me. She's lingering around me. Now, mind you, the self checkout aisle was pretty packed. before I got up to my station to start scanning my groceries. She bypassed everybody and just was lingering around me. It was me, and then wasn't nobody over at the other register. She made it seem like she was doing something behind me while facing me, you know. And it was just the most uncomfortable situation that I experienced a lot of uncomfortable situations, actually. I mean, when you go out in public, you know, especially in somebody else's territory, you know, they have their ways of showing themselves of, yeah, I got my eye on you, you know, and being very open about it too. Well, without saying anything, but just making themselves obvious, you know. So I don't say anything because I'm just trying to get my stuff and go. I don't have time for the BS, you know. So I did what I had to do. You know, I feel like people have a radar. I have notes over here. That's why I might be looking over here occasionally. But I feel like people may have a radar, you know, but at the same time, you know, your radar shouldn't be so obvious where you might just flag a random person. You know, you don't know that person. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. You're never supposed to slap handcuffs on somebody just for walking. And then you question them and to only find out that they wasn't doing anything wrong. They live right down the street. But of course, you get this stuff all the time. When is it going to stop people? You know, how does it make you feel being watched? Asking myself the question, how does it make me feel being watched? You know, everybody has the right to do whatever they want, and you know, to be honest with you, we being watched every single day. But when you are open with it, of the offense of I'm watching you and you ain't even did nothing wrong, it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. And honestly, I don't think that that person or that individual, or even people that do this, even know that they are making you uncomfortable. Then again, they don't care, possibly. But here's my response to it: cause and effect. You come to somebody and offend them in such way, and they don't offend you. How you gonna get your get back? See, it's not you. It's not I that need to get my get back. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that cause and effect is very active, very real. You know, and if I went and justify my actions by responding to her in such a way, that two wrongs don't make a right. But there's a system that's in place, a spiritual system that's in place, where I don't think a lot of people quite understand exists. That's a story for another day. You know what I'm saying? To get into cause and effect, right? Um, do you think that she could have possibly been saving you? Is what I asked myself. Well, save me from what exactly? You know, from potentially stealing. You know, well, if I'm not mistaken, if somebody was trying to save somebody from potentially committing a crime, they wouldn't come out and say, "Hey, I thought you was going to commit this crime." They would come at you with love and embrace your being of being there. Hey, you know, how are you today? Doing pretty well. Yourself? Doing great. You know, just enjoying this life. You know, just trying to make it my best life. Right? If somebody was trying to save you, that's the way that I would imagine. You know what I'm saying? A nice, kind, gentle person. You know what I'm saying? Which they do exist. They do exist. You know, but a person that don't care about you, are they gonna be the rough with you? They're gonna be rough with you and very obvious. You know, with what they're doing. You know, and it's so wrong, man. So what do you want to do? Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do anything. You know, but I'm gonna watch the system, this the situation play out. I might not. You know what? Actually, I don't want to watch and see what's going to happen. But I just know I felt bad for the person because I understand the system of cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? You wrongfully, you know what I'm saying, possibly profiling somebody. It's not good when it comes back around. You know, so at the end of my shopping experience, just to continue on with that before I end this video, at the end of the shopping experience, as I'm walking through the doors, I just wanted to look back to make sure I wasn't tripping. And when I looked back, she was back at the front of the self checkout line in the position where she could see them all again. I wasn't tripping. What are the consequences? Well, the consequences of the the day, well, of that experience to be exact, I hope there isn't no consequences for me because I didn't respond. I just watched it play out. Now, what are her consequences? May that be between her and the Most High, you know. But all I know is when is it going to stop, people? If y'all have dealt with similar experiences, please leave a comment below. You know, if you like the way I handle this, please like. If you don't like the way I handle it, please leave a comment. You know, but just know that I have my own way of dealing with things. You know, I have my own way of dealing with things. I done seen a lot of things happen in this life. In my life, I'm 33 years old. As far as I can remember, people go through some stuff, man. Especially when they harming somebody else. When you harm somebody else, you gonna go through it. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, what people don't catch on to, yeah, it might not happen back to you in a physical way, but in here, that mental, it ain't nothing to play with. When they talk about quote unquote mental health, you might want to watch out, or you might want to think back on who you possibly might have hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's one of the ways. I know people go through it all the time, you know, mental health. So, you know, may God be with you for those, you know, who really go through it, and y'all are really good people. You know what I'm saying? But those who do wrong to others, man, that stuff ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just I hope everybody have a great day. I hope your year has been going good. You know what I'm saying? Allow the craziness to roll off your shoulders. Hey, stay happy. You know what I'm saying? Experience life and love. Sean signing out.